Joining us now, like he has for the last 3 seasons, this one being the third, I guess. So 2.5 seasons, 2 and more than a third,
Yep.
less than a half seasons.
There it is.
He's the back-to-back NFL MVP. This past Sunday, they lost to the Commanders. This upcoming Sunday, they have the Buffalo Bills in primetime coming off a bye. Your quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron, what's up, bub? You're not allowed to smile today. You have to be pissed off. Or what is your mindset after that loss to the Commanders going into a tough Buffalo Bills team, Aaron? Thank you for joining us.
Was there a question that I wouldn't?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are tweeting, okay? And I don't know if you see that because you kind of stay in your same world. There's a lot of people tweeting, Aaron's not going to show up on Pat McAfee Show. This is the first time they've had a losing record since the Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays have started. He's not going to smile if he's on, or he better not smile if he's on there. What is your mindset? We still got a long season left, I assume? Or do you understand there's some frustration and it's warranted almost around the Green Bay Packer faithful?
Well, they can say whatever they want.
Love that.
They've nothing, nothing's going to sway that opinion. I don't think. I can come on here and extol the virtues of my team and the hope for the future and the excitement about the present. But I think people who are bitter and angry, they kind of want to sit in that, wallow in it a little bit, if you will. Like a pig in shit, just kind of enjoy it for a little bit.
Hell
just
yeah.
kind of let that wash all over them until they're ready to get washed off.
Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're thinking, though? Obviously, that's what like this type of loss does to a team. Is like some people, want to feel it just so that they can never feel it again, or is that something that you guys can't do in the locker room and you see others doing at the same time?
I was talking about the fans. I think
Okay.
the fans are doing it a little bit. Yeah, the fans, want to be upset. And that's fine. I mean, that's great. It's still kind of a free country, so they can do whatever they want. As far as us, look, we're going to get ready for a tough opponent on Sunday Night Football. I think there's a lot of interesting things coming to a head this week. We have, had some success in primetime games over the last little bit, so I know we're playing a tough opponent. They're coming off a bye week. They got an extra week to get ready for us. They got a great quarterback, great defense, very well coached, a lot of weapons, Jake Kumaro. So got a lot going for them. But we're the underdog this week, which is a new spot for us.
Hey, quick pivot back to the Washington game. What exactly you think? What were they doing defensively? I give their defense credit, honestly. Like, what were they doing, I guess, to give you guys a tough time for your offense?
Nothing.
Then what was it?
People are going to be so mad with your answer. Right now. So mad about it.
Look, I mean, they didn't have to do anything. They rushed 4 guys. They played cover 4. They sprinkled a couple weak inserts and a couple man coverages, and that was it.
So what do you think it is?
They got good players, but as far as like schematically, what did they do? Just lined up and played.
So what do you think it is? Why do you think there is some struggles? Growing pains was obviously a conversation early. There was a report that you guys were going to do something with your offensive line, and then whenever last minute came out that Bakhtiari woke up on Saturday and his knee didn't feel good, they kind of went away from that. It felt like you could just never really get anything going. Aaron Jones got in the end zone twice. Okay, hey, here we go. Here we go. Aaron Jones getting back into it, but it never really felt like you guys were able to do anything. Is it just you think it was them making plays, you guys not executing? What do you think it is?
Well, I mean, they have a nice front. They got a lot of first-rounders in that front. They got a good, good linebackers, good on the back end. But we had so many just mental errors and mistakes. It's not the kind of football we're used to playing over the years. There have definitely been games, 4 or 5 seasons where we average, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 at the most, kind of mental errors or missed assignments per week. And some weeks you have like 4, 2 sometimes. This week, it's this season a lot more than that every single week. It's double digits every single week. It's even on a game we had like 50 plays or something. It wasn't a ton of plays. Like they had 37 minutes of time possession. A lot of mistakes.
after the game, you said this might be the best thing for this team. Are you talking about locking in, kind of learning that this can happen and maybe give up all those MAs and miss things? And have you felt that around the building the last 2 days? I guess you haven't really been around.
So you got to be careful taking my comments out of context. I think I said the best thing for this team is going on the road and being an underdog at this point.
Oh, okay.
And people starting to count us out. I said that might be the best thing for us.
Okay.
Might
We'll
see.
be. What do you think about the locker room that you have this year versus last year? Do you think learning? Do you think, like, after that game, did you feel like, oh, these guys care, these guys are invested, these guys understand that this was a massive loss and we don't, although we have a lot of time left, we really don't? Did you feel that with the locker room? Are you disappointed with any of that, or do you feel like you have the guys that you can go on a run and kind of right the ship?
That's a good question. I feel like I just got to look at what happened in the locker room. We had two guys speak up, one kind of normal and one not as normal. We had Dahn speak up on behalf of the special teams and I guess, us in general, and gave an impassioned speech about owning our stuff and being accountable and playing better and what that looks like, not just on Sundays, but Monday through Saturday. Thought it was great. And then we had the big dog said a bunch of things as well. So if it had been a quiet locker room and we just kind of mosey on over to the buses and mosey on over to the airport, you might think that guys don't give a shit, but definitely wasn't that. Definitely wasn't that feeling at all. It was disappointment, frustration. Guys care because they put in the time, emotion, and that's what you want to see. Now we just got to find a way to get one win and then start stacking from there.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, Ty, your question for Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron, I think a lot of fans, I know me especially, like I kind of do the wallow in the sorrow for a couple days, but then, after a couple days, it's kind of, you move past it, you still have hope moving forward.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Absolutely. I said earlier.
He has hope after he talks to Aaron.
Yeah,
That is after
good.
this conversation.
Absolutely.
Is literally when he
Aaron
has
saves
hope.
Aaron saves Ty from doing bad things to himself.
Yes.
Well,
I think that is.
okay, easy, AJ. But yeah, no, like that's for real. You watch the game and you live and die with everything, and you get really upset and frustrated because, like you mentioned, like it just, my whole lifetime you're not used to seeing the Packers play like this. But we've seen the NFL. I mean, shit, no one thought the Pats were going to get blown out by the Bears last night. So it is like a why can't you guys go out and beat the Bills on Sunday night? And with all how frustrated the fans are, like, you keep in mind how frustrated you guys probably are. But at this point in the season, like, how close do you think we are to, one of your patented, like, relax or, like, run the table speeches? Or does that not even need to be said because everyone kind of understands, like, the situation that you guys are in and what you need to do moving forward?
Yeah, just got to catch me at the right time. I couldn't tell you if it's going to come out at some point. It just has to be in the moment. It's not a lot of forethought to it. If a question perks something in my brain that that I feel like I need to give a certain response, I think after I gave those responses, I realized that might kind of go places, and I'm glad it did. It kind of became a rallying cry. But you can't do that shit all the time. You gotta, it's got to be authentic in the moment. If it comes out, it comes out. That'd be great. But I think when the players really take over, then you're going to see the possibility of us making a run. So when the players really take over, I'm not talking about usurping power from coaches. I'm talking about we take over, we take ownership of what we're putting on the field. Now, some of that might be in the plan. So some of that might be, hey, I really want to do this, offense, defense, teams, whatever it might be. But the other part is taking ownership of your daily habits and your routines. Just because we're a young team, we can't just write that off as, oh, they're figuring it out. The rookies are figuring this thing out, and they're going to go through their rookie wall and blah, 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 bullshit. We need everybody on the same page to make the plays that are possible. But we need them Monday to Saturday to put in the time to be ready to play Sunday. Because there's too many times in a game where there's simple things that just are not being accomplished.
How close are you? We hear people talk about, like, different players about their team. Oh, we're really close, even though they may be losing some games. Okay, we're close. We're almost there. We just got to figure it out. Do you feel like you guys are close and it's just one player here or there?
It's definitely not just one play here or there. Like I said, it's 20% of the time. If we have 50 plays and we have 10 mental missed assignments or mental errors, that's 20% of the time. So that's way too high. In the past, we're looking more like at less than 10%. So it gives us a really good chance to be successful. 20%, that's too high. That's one play a series where you're really making it tough on yourself. So we got to fix that. And whatever that is, I think guys who are making too many mistakes shouldn't be playing. We got to start cutting some reps, and maybe guys who aren't playing, give them a chance. So we're gonna see. We made some changes. Last week we moved Josh over to right tackle. We moved John to right guard, Elton to left guard. So we're doing some things. And there'll be more opportunities for other guys moving forward too, especially with our injury situation as we look at this week and see who's healthy.
We're lucky to get to ride the wave of an NFL season with an NFL quarterback, let alone the guy who's the back-to-back MVP. And this would take, a real human to say this, and I don't know if you're at this point, but is there times where you're dropping back, where you have zero confidence or faith in some people that you're on the field with and doing what they're supposed to do, so it kind of makes you second-guess yourself? Is there anything affecting how you play with that? Is that outside stuff potentially affect how you are and how comfortable you are in every single play, and is that something you've thought about?
I can't say. I'm too big of an optimist, so I really think the best in people, and I expect that high level. So for me to go out there and think, oh man, this dude is guaranteed not run the right route. I have no idea what he's doing. I don't think like that, because I just have an expectation that we've had these conversations for months now about certain things, and they're going to recall it in the moment, and I know they're going to do the right thing, and we're going to make this work. So I just have a lot of optimism when I'm out there. Now sometimes they test my optimism for sure, but there's always it's the good with the bad. How do we get them to really lock in on those positive things and take those with them, and then play with that confidence. Play with that confidence that the young players had at their colleges when they were the man. They were the BMOC.
Oh.
They were coming through every single week making plays. We can get them to play with that type of confidence. Then I expect some better results.
Confidence comes from preparation. Obviously, preparation leads to results, and everything kind of goes hand in hand. After the results are given, this particular game against the Commanders, you watch it, you judge everybody on every play, you judge yourself on every play. How do you go about watching a game like the Commanders to correct it for going forward? And what did you see out of yourself against the Commanders?
Yeah, judge everything. Yeah. Every play, my own performance, all of it. This was my highest graded game by Tom, which people may be surprised to hear. But, we probably didn't execute, a lot of drops, a couple missed throws. We're behind the sticks. We're 2nd and 20, 3rd and 25, 1st and 15s, way too many penalties. Way too many drops, not enough rushing attempts because we were behind the sticks the whole time. Obviously, Aaron Jones, every time he touches it, is going to make a bunch of big plays, has a possibility. But, yeah, man, there were 3 or 4 plays where if we just do what we're supposed to do, those are the key plays. I tell them all the time. It could be the first play of the game, could be the last play of the game, any play in between. 1 play often, 2 plays, 3 plays at the most can determine the outcome of the game. And sometimes the simplest plays are just if I outside release here, this happens, boom, boom, first down, move on to we're field goal, getting points in this drive. Little things. It's the details, and some of it's on the players for sure, on us. Some of it's on the coaching staff as far as making sure that we're really getting every detail into this. But ultimately, like Dahn said after the game, it's about the players. Players win, players lose. We're out there playing. So it's on us to get this shit fixed. So we got to look at our habits, what we're doing during the week, how we're studying, because when you're missing little details or fundamental things, those are correctable, and that's why you have some hope. Is because it's not like we're getting just dominated out there. We're not getting man-to-man dominated. We're beating ourselves. Most games, we really are beating ourselves.
Do you think? It sounds like there is some real hope, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is what we were talking about with Ty. After you start talking about things on like Sunday night, Monday yesterday, you talked to Ty. Yankees get swept. I mean, Iowa Hawkeyes stink at football. You guys lose the game that you lose to the Commodores. Then all of a sudden, Ty comes in here, miserable mess. Then we talk to you, and you start hearing some things. And Ty, you could see his Grinch face turn from upside down literally to a smile. It feels like you have that vibe too. You have to, obviously, going into week 8. But how is the step forward? Do you talk to LaFleur? Do you talk to the team? I know the two guys talked. Like, how do you think you guys get out of this little bit of rut, and how do you turn things into this hopeful promised land that you can see coming from a mile away?
Well, you have to really be cognizant of when is the right time to speak and when is the right time to listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So there are times to listen, and then there are times where you've heard enough. And now it's start time. It's that time to really crack the whip a little bit. So could be that time. Could definitely be that time.
Players only meeting coming.
No, we don't. No,
No, LaFleur needs to hear this too. Sounds like everybody needs to hear this potentially.
No. Players only meeting. That's
Fugazi.
for show a lot of times. But no, it could be time to look for a little more opportunities to crack the whip a little bit.
Well, I can't wait to hear how that.
We're 7 games in. I think again, not everybody can be coached or held accountable the same way, but could be that time.
Okay, I'm excited to see the reaction. Big time Sunday night primetime game. Excited to hear the fallout from everything that you said, and everybody judge Aaron Rodgers being a prick to his teammates, even though that's just kind of the way you would want your leader to operate. Speaking of leader, Bakhtiari. Okay, I know he's a friend of yours, good friend of yours. We've seen you guys in a golf cart. I don't know him personally, but I'm a big fan of him as a human. He chugs 2 beers at a time.
Right.
He's one of the greatest athletes for the size that he is, and he seems to be hysterical as a human. Did you know he was going to sit out? And do you have optimism with him for the rest of the season? Because he's in a full game, then he's in a pitch count, then he's supposed to be in, then the day before the game, he's out. You're the closest to him. We don't really know what's going on. Is he going to be all right going forward, or is there some real worries here about one of your best friends in David Bakhtiari, and also one of the best tackles ever play football?
Yeah, I didn't know until 90 minutes before. I didn't know until they put the inactives in. I knew that he was going through some things, but I thought he was going to play. And I know he went out to test and couldn't get it done in pregame, so they put him down. So I found out when just about everybody else found out. Obviously, he wanted to be healthy. Nobody takes care of himself quite like Dave. He's got a lot of people taking care of him around the clock. Besides, his amazing pregnant wife Frankie. I feel like Dave should be taking care of her a little bit more, but that's a whole other thing. Dave's super cheap, but
Bought you a nice
Got
golf.
him.
It was a good golf cart. It was a good golf cart.
yeah, the golf cart's great. I do love the golf cart. It's my favorite, my favorite gift ever from Dave, and my only gift. But listen, I found out 90 minutes for the game, and was disappointed for him mostly, just because I know how much he cares about it and what he's been through. I don't know. I let him speak for himself, but I feel like I want to manifest him coming back and playing this week, and I feel like that's a real possibility.
Do you talk to him about it? Does he? Is that something you guys kind of? Because you said you let him tell his story. We haven't heard anything about it, and I think like fans of the program, myself included now, because they are 12, and Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays have been a fantastic treat for all of us to be a part of. So I'm going to pull for the team, obviously, that is blessing us with this particular segment. It makes no sense. I don't understand. Like, is he worried about this thing tearing bad? Like, to go from playing to a pitch count to not being able to play to potentially playing, like, I don't think I've ever heard of this before, and it sounds scary almost. You're saying that is manifesting, we do have positive vibes about the whole Bakhtiari potentially.
I mean, I do, and you got to understand again, Pat. The pitch count in the Giants was because of the long flight, the short amount of time between the game and the flight. That was the reason for that. And then, obviously he's has a surgically repaired knee, and he's going through practice and trying to feel better. And every now and then might have some flare ups and inflammation or whatnot. But I would expect him to improve and hopefully play this week.
All right, let's go, Bach.
Yeah.
Great to have you back, Bach. Does he need to get?
That's a hope. That's a hope. That's not a definitive. That's a strong hope and manifestation. He'll probably tell me tomorrow in the car to shut my mouth and stop talking for him. But hey, there we go. Nice.
Yeah, dude, I'm hoping for it. I'm manifesting right alongside you. I think he's great. I think he's good for the game whenever he's playing. It's really nice to see. I've never seen what's going on with his knee, though. It kind of makes me scared, but let's go ahead and get him back. Let's do positive. Let's do positive.
Here we go.
Here we go,
Here we go.
He needs to get that lady that Ed Monix used to go to. I was married to that guy to drain his knee.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's what he needs, that Ed Monix knee relief from semi-pro. Tone has a question for you, Aaron. Go ahead, Tone.
Aaron, is anything attributed to like potential offensive struggles with Getsy and Hackett not being there anymore?
Has anything what? Am I going to blame the struggles on that?
Have you experienced any difference without those two being in the building? Obviously, is it a much different offense? Is it different preparation? I think is what
Yeah.
Tone is leading to.
Listen, I think you got to remember first and foremost, this is Matt's offense. So Hackett was the offense coordinator, but he was more the implementer of the plan. So he had his own ideas, and all these coaches bring their own ideas to it. But the boundary around this offense is the Shanahan system that Matt grew up in. So this is Matt's offense. This is not Hackett's offense. It wasn't Getsy's offense. It's not the West Coast offense. This is Matt's offense. So it doesn't matter who's in that place. That's the offense that's going to get run. So when you have an offense coordinator but an offensive head coach, it's not like they have their own system. So when they leave, what you're missing is the implementation of that weekly installation, the personalities, the relationship that person has with the head coach during the week and then on game day, the influence that person has, maybe that specific section of the plan that person has. But no, we got in their place. Tom Clements has been a longtime coach of mine, and he's a fantastic coach. He's done an incredible job, I think, again this year with me and with Jordan and with Danny. And then Steno's doing the OC stuff. He's one of my all-time favorite coaches. I mean, he's a great dude. He's funny as hell up in front of the room. He's doing a great job. So, do we miss those guys? Do I miss those guys? Hell yeah. I mean, that's like they're like brothers to me. Hack and Getsy's like younger than me, but we were around each other for 10 years. And Hack, every year felt like 5 years together. So I feel like we were together for like 15 years.
His years are feeling like 10 years now. His years, old Hackett over there.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna stay away from that one.
Yeah.
I'll let you. You can stay away from that. What about your head coach? You and LaFleur, you have a fun relationship. It seems like he's really amped up, and you talk about during games. You're there to like calm him down. What's it like day to day now? You guys still like same vein, or you both just amped up and pissed off all the time now?
There we go.
I would say Matt is never really pissed off. Amped up, definitely.
At you,
anxiety
maybe.
level at me. He might be mad at me. He's mad at me when I say stuff like this. His anxiety level is at a 7 base. But the funny part is that
Base.
I say that, and then some other people, I won't name them, might come by and tell me that was a little bit low.
Oh, his assistant coaches.
Wow.
Sounds like that's the other people that are in the building a little bit.
And Robert Saleh, yeah. And
the Jets and people that've been around him before. If he's
I'm
at 7 now,
jokes.
that's better.
I'm making jokes. That's what I do love about Matt, to see him grow the most, is he's been able to laugh at himself. And hey, crazy enough, as he's able to laugh at himself a little bit more, his jokes in front of the room become that much more funny. Now, maybe not funny enough to engage a Frank Zombo for an entire speech, but they are getting better. So I will give Matt a lot of credit for that. How's our relationship? Awesome, man. Yeah, we still talk all the time. Every single day. We got a great FaceTime that I get to look forward to Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. So pretty business as usual. We both want to get it fixed. We both care about things deeply, and both want to be saying the right message to the team. Him in front of the room, and me in my own capacity as kind of a mouthpiece for the coaching staff and for my own thoughts. But yeah, Matty, just wants to do right by the squad, and he's been a good leader for us. I think he's been steady for us as well in some of these moments of adversity, which shows a lot of growth as well.
Okay, and obviously you having a say and having a conversation with LaFleur is a big deal from where we were a few years ago. Not saying that you weren't involved in anything, but that was obviously a topic of conversation. Trade deadline 1 week from now. Are you in there? Are you in that conversation or no?
I'm in all the conversations.
Do you want to be? Do you not want to be? Do you feel like you're included as much as you wanted to be whenever the whole conversation started a couple of years ago? And do you feel like it's a respect-worthy level of input that you're allowed to have on the team that is ultimately being judged by how you do forever? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a sticky question, I think. You're trying to trap me a little bit. So I'm not going to bite on that. But that was good. That was a real media question from you.
Well, it's a real thing. Trade deadline's coming up in 1 week. There's a lot of teams that need a lot of weapons. You guys, everybody's saying need one. There's a couple people on there. Have you gotten a chance to chat about that, or do you want to? Do you feel like you have, or no?
I am in conversations with Brian often.
Here we go. This is good news, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's new news. That's the same thing I said last week. I'm in conversation with Brian often, and trust that if there's a guy to get out there that makes sense for us, then we're going to get him.
That's good news still, though. I think we can still celebrate, even though you said it 1 week ago. I think that's good news. That's a great place to where we're. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's good news, I feel like. This is what we were looking for a couple years ago. I see you got the Milwaukee Bucks hoodie on. Are we going to make a run this year? Are we going to win it all?
I think we had a good chance. We had an opening night without Middleton, Connaughton, Joe Ingles, one of my all-time favorite players in the league. Got to win. Now we're 2-0, I think. Big game tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Excited for the team. Giannis had video game numbers the other night. He was 17 for 21, scored 44 points in like 30 minutes or something crazy like that.
He's pretty good at the basketball. How about the Pacers? We're tanking for that big 7'2" guy.
Yeah,
who-
Wembanyama.
I think it's a little early. Let's be.
I don't.
They're bad.
It's been a long time. We don't got Giannis around here. It'd be great if we got.
Yeah, Wembanyama.
Oh, yeah.
Are you writing off the Lakers already there because they're 0-3 and the Sacramento Kings and the Orlando Magic?
Of course. They suck. All those teams so bad. The Lakers can't shoot a penny into the ocean. Pal, you're an owner in the league. You understand how the game goes. You can't make shots. You're going to lose games. The Lakers can't do it. LeBron said it to me. LeBron told me that.
He told you personally.
Well, I told a lot of people. I happen to be one of the people on the receiving end of the
What was
information.
that? What did Scottie Pippen say to you?
Oh, Scotty fucking dunked one on me now. Hey, he's a player. Scottie Pippen is a goddamn player. He did a champagne celebration in my face after he beat me one-on-one.
Messed up.
I was told he was terrible at golf.
That's right.
I was told this guy stinks at golf.
Del Curry sandbagging.
I was up. We were at the casino till 3, 4 a.m. Tee off at 7:30 against fucking Scottie Pippen. That guy's a scratch golfer. I got bamboozled. We won. Who cares? But Scottie Pippen is good at golf. Do not get fucking hustled into that whole thing. Aaron, we're going to let you go. Do you have a book this week?
I do, and I think it's very apropos for you, for our fan base, for Ty as well.
Apropos.
Nice.
This is apropos.
Because at the root of it is this gentleman, wizard, if you will, teaches
It's a fucking wizard.
breath work, and I think at a time like this, we all need to take a couple
Wim
deep
Hof.
breaths into our lungs, and then into, our bellies, and then just exhale it. And as we exhale, we need to exhale all that negativity that we've been storing up past 2 days. All the negativity and the spite and the vitriol aimed at me and Matt and all of our players. Let's just breathe that in. And then let's exhale it out.
That easy.
And now we can heal ourselves with this book called Healing by David Elliott.
Wim Hof?
Not when.
David Elliott, the author of the.
David Elliott he's a great human. Like I said, he does breathwork stuff. He's written a couple books. This one and a book called The Reluctant Healer about his life and lessons. And this is kind of a workbook ish where it gives you some prompts each time to do some writing and some meditations on. But I highlight this because he's a great human, and also because I thought it was apropos for today as we kind of get out there a little bit and get a little worried about the season getting away from us. Let's just take a couple breaths here, take a beat, and recenter and calm, and turn off the AJ Hawks of the world who already run to write us off, and turn on the Tuesday afternoon Ty Schmitz, who have a little bit more hope, a little bit more love in their heart, and a little bit more excited about life.
I think that is apropos, isn't it?
It is.
I was using context clues since the first time you used that in this particular conversation. It fits today. Is that what apropos means?
Bingo.
And that book is called
Healing by
Did-
David Elliott.
Did David Elliott hawk some of Wim Hof stuff, or is it two different breathing people here? Two different.
Definitely two different styles for sure. A big Wim Hof fan as well, and I've done a lot of his stuff. But this is definitely different style.
You get in a cold tub. You a cold tub guy? You go to a frozen lake. You do your breathing. You take your shoes off, take your socks off, and say, you know what? I need to be centered in cold water. Because if you can battle against cold water mentally, you can battle against any challenges that come your way. Is that what the healing is all about as well? I know that's Wim Hof's way.
What?
We appreciate you, buddy. Good luck breathing this week. Good luck playing this week. Let's fucking go get them. We're underdogs this weekend.
Yes,
Yeah,
we pick
we're
you.
gonna embrace- Sure.
What'd you say,
We're gonna
AJ?
embrace that. Sure.
Hey, I've been a homer. I pick you guys no matter what. What should I do this week?
GFY.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers. That was great.
Eat shit, AJ.
Good. I'm glad he's got some emotion in there. He's not just breathing all day.
Bro, we went from Wim Hof to go fuck yourself.
Love it.
That's Aaron Rodgers Tuesday.
That's right. Boom.
What did you hear in there, Ty, that made you feel better? Or did anything make you feel better? And what are your thoughts going in against the Bills on prime time after the Bills have a bye week?
I mean, it was nice not to just hear like the cookie cutter. What, like you can tell, he's definitely frustrated with some of the guys on offense. And
Different vibe.
Yeah, how many mistakes they've been making, and like say, hey, let's. Packers are never underdogs, or rarely underdogs. So let's see how they play on Sunday night. This is a big game. Big game.
Let's get to a break. Let's take 5, and on the other side, we'll react to the reactions to what Aaron said, and then we'll go in the trenches with AQ Shipley, which we know AJ loves.
Oh, loves it. Lives for
I
it.
almost sent AQ a clip from Seattle, watching their tight end pull around and kill somebody and go try to find somebody else.
Well, I think it might be in there. I sent him a play in the middle of the game. It did not make the list.
Really?
So, really thankful to give him this platform. Can't wait to learn about, in the trenches on the other side. We have a lot to, learn, I think. We have a lot to get better at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's make sure we remember. Easy for me to say. That whenever life seems to be burning down, that a proper perspective is what really makes it all go. So go ahead and take a nice deep breath in, AJ.
Never.
And breathe out. Now we're ready.
Great.
Take 5.